What did I do wrong? For the 15 people who watch my channel, I used to use Flipaclip, for a while ago. I was one of those people who used it. I mean, when they advertise such a sexy lady on the cover, how can I not use it? I remember the first time I freaking used that thing. I was 10, and it was a school project, The teacher asked us to make a film just to kind of describe us, and I was like, okay. So I searched up animation because I was into that at the time. And this is what 10-year-old me did. This is my first animation right here. The story's kind of flat. Despite the fact that this video makes me cringe incredibly hard, I just have to kind of accept this part of my history. But, even if it is the way it is, this is actually a pretty good time in my life. This is when Flipaclip was something else entirely, something good and for the people. Thought it'd be funny if we just download Flipaclip here. So we go onto the App Store, we see 4.6 out of 5. So we can see a few ratings here. Great app, but you can, some of them are just amazing, and others, this one here is mentioning that there's ads, which is a pretty common thing that comes up in a lot of the reviews, which I would say is fair enough. So if we go on to most critical here, we can see a bunch of 1 stars, and just all of them. This one just says no, the app's bad, there's too many ads, some being inappropriate, it says it's free, it's not. So, clearly this one is just very straight to the point. Also, so some of them have these developer replies as well, but some of them don't, and I think the ones that don't are the really critical ones, so I'm assuming that they just don't really read the ones that are negative. So we go into the app here, and we're greeted with this beautiful blue little thing in the Flipaclip logo. Get started. So, what's my age? I forgot about this. Yeah, I'll just do 92, that'll fool them. More realistic than 99. I don't care about all this stuff. Okay, now we're in nostalgic homepage. Look at this. Okay, so name my animation. Sir Penis. There we go. Okay, yeah, it'll do. So here's the 2026 Flipaclip layout right here. This is very nostalgic for me. Pretty much non-changed. So here's all the pens, as you can see here. Add, premium, add, premium. So you have to either have premium for it, or you have to watch a lot of ads. So there's this here, and it says you can either upgrade to Flipaclip Plus. Once you click that, it takes you to this, and this is where the main problems come from, I think. So this was originally you only had to pay for it once, like a one-time payment, and then boom, that's you've got premium. But I think around 2023 or something, they changed it to this, which people weren't really happy about. So then there's the other option if you want to use one of these pens, which is the watch ad button. If you click this, it takes you to
drawing spunky Squid Game doll.
Yeah, so it's a lot of paying for stuff, which people obviously weren't happy about, because I think for years and years and years when it was out, it was pretty well known for being a good, simple app. You didn't really need to pay anything for it. Going back to some of the reviews, so it says here that most people will enjoy it. It's just that the ads and the payments and stuff are really the only things that are holding the app back, which I think is pretty fair. Because the app itself isn't. It's not the best animation app, of course, but I feel compared to the ones that cost money, it's a decent startup. But I would suggest you go and get another one. Some of them are just straight cut, just straight to the point. And I really respect that. So for a 4.6 out of 5, it's pretty good. But you can see that a lot of them are just annoyed that a lot of the stuff needed to make good solid animations, extra layers, or a bunch of the pens, or some of this stuff, blurs and stuff. All the effects are hidden behind premium. there was this Reddit post as well that said that, you know, after he had premium, he got an ad for premium anyway, which I also think, I'm pretty sure that was an issue that people had as well. When it comes to my own personal experience with Flipaclip, I mean, I used it for around about 5 years, I think, from 2020 to 2025. But I don't think it's really an app good for, you know, if you actually want to get into long form animation, because you really just need to pay for most of the stuff to work, like sound effects, importing audio, and, you know, like premium, obviously you have to pay monthly, when I think before it was like you paid once and then that's it, you got it. And the constant ads and stuff, I think the ads were the only major thing that affected me, because I never really had premium. I think around September or August of 2025, I permanently moved over to Procreate Dreams, which I think is a much better animation app. It's more professional, so it might take a bit of getting used to, but it's a lot better. I think you have a lot more creative freedom with it, because Procreate has a lot more options, and you don't really need to pay for any of it. It's just all there, so you can have as many layers as you want. You can do whatever, really. It's a lot better. And I know a bunch of other YouTubers have talked about the Flipaclip situation. They've moved to like Toon Squid and Rough Animator, and they cost like a few pounds. Or I think most of them do, but I'm sure it's worth it. I just moved to Procreate because I like the normal Procreate app. So it's honestly a shame what happened to Flipaclip. It went from a genuinely good animation app that like was like good for beginners, and then it kind of just turned into a cash grab, and the developers don't really seem to care that much, just copy and pasting the same replies to different like reviews, and they never really acknowledged it on live streams. I remember I would watch them live streams for like contests, and every question, like everyone was flooding the chat with questions about like fixing the ads or like glitches and stuff, and they would never respond. So I feel like they just don't really care, or maybe they just, I don't know, maybe they just think it can be overlooked. But I really want, you know, people who are, you know, I'm still a small YouTuber, but I want smaller YouTubers as well who want to start up animation. I implore them to start with Flipaclip for maybe like a month and move to something a bit better, like Procreate Dreams or something. I know it's quite expensive. I think it's like, I don't know, I can't remember how much it is, but it's like quite a bit. But it's worth it in the long run, I'd say. So yeah, I know a lot of people have spoken about this before, but I just wanted to get my opinions on it, because I used to be a pure Flipaclip guy for like 5 years, and then I kind of just got tired of them, to be honest. They're not really the most professional, and you know, obviously their fall off has to be documented. It's crazy.